Okay, and welcome back, students who are taking financial accounting. And in this series of videos, we are working on the assigned homework problems from the digital study guide for Chapter 5. These are the exercises from Group B. Note, accounting is about understanding the concepts and then applying that understanding to the situation at hand. If you get the application aspect wrong, that is one thing, and it is easily remedied by watching someone else work the problem. However, if you don't understand the concepts, that is a whole other thing. Watching a problem worked out will not help you if you do not understand the underlying concepts. Go back and study the text material again and watch the theory videos. If you still don't understand the concepts, then either email or speak with an instructor to help get that understanding. All right, so let's jump down here to problem 5-31. Now, 5, 28, 29, and 30, basically this was FIFO, LIFO, and average cost. And it actually you saw the entire card or the schedule or whatever you want to call it for keeping track of your perpetual inventory, right? This here, and I suggest that you go back and watch those videos, even though this one is going to be very similar in the math. You'll see what I mean here. It says here, assume the North Country Bike World bought and sold a line of mountain bikes during August as follows. So we have basically the same type of data, excuse me, as we did for 5, 28, 29, and 30. Okay. It says they used the perpetual inventory, which is what we used for those three other problems, those exercises. But now the requirements say compute the cost of ending inventory. So we're only computing the cost of the inventory, ending inventory, using FIFO, and then we're going to do LIFO, and then which results in a higher cost of ending inventory. So we don't have to, if you look at the homework solution or you watch those videos, you saw I had purchases, cost of goods sold, and then our total value of our inventory. And as we put things in, we would constantly be updating the total cost of our inventory, the total value of our inventory, as we made purchases and we made sales. And you can do that here, okay? But I'm not going to do this here because, and neither did the solution do it this way, okay? Because why? All we were focusing on was the cost of the ending inventory, okay? So using the FIFO method and then using the LIFO method. So I'm not going to go through all of the journal entries and everything like this, and I'm just basically going to show the math through this, okay? And you'll see what I mean. So, from August 1st here, I have 17 at 267, okay, which is 17 times 267, which gives me, which is equal to, come on, equal to 45.39. Then I'm making a sale of 11, all right? So I'm going to subtract out 11 at 267, all right? Which means 11 at 267 is 29.37, okay? Then I have a purchase of 16 at 271. So I have 16 times 271, which is 436. And then I have a sale of 10. Okay, so I have 10 at, all right. Now the question becomes 10 at what? Okay, here I had a beginning balance, okay? and then I make a sale of 11, all right? So when I make the sale of 11, all right, that means I only have 6 of these left, okay? Then I add it in, I bought more, so now I have 6 of these and 16 of these. But now I'm selling 10, right? Well, I'm using first in, first out. So if I'm going to sell 10, I have the first ones in. Think about the refrigerator. If you watch the theory videos, you know, what were the first ones I put in? The first ones I put in were these 17. Then I stuck 16 more in the front, all right? So I'm taking the first ones out. So if I have 10, I still have to take out of the, you know, I have 6 remaining here, so they're all gone. And now out of these 16, I have, you know, I take out 4, so I have 12 left. Okay, so I have here, I have to subtract out 6 at 267. 6 times 267 is 1602, and I have 4 at 271. Okay, so that's what these 10 are made up of, right? The 6 and the 4. So I have 4 times 271, so that's 1,084. Okay, and then I have another sale of 7 more. All right, so I'm selling. Oops, let me do this in green. So I have 7. I'm selling 7 again. Well, you know, where does the 7 come from? Well, all I have left in inventory are these 12. So I have to take 7 out of those 12 and I'd end up with 5 remaining, all right? So I have 7 at 271. 7 times 271 means I have to take out 1897. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to add up everything in this this column here, okay? So I've got 1439 minus 2937 plus 4,336 minus 1602 minus 1084 minus 1897, and that gives me an ending inventory value of, come on, pen here, 1355. Okay, so that's my value of my ending inventory. Right? Now notice, you know, if you, before I go and I do the, before I go and do the LIFO, okay, again, you know, if I went and I did all of this work the same way as I did in problems 528 and 529, right, you know, I can calculate what my ending inventory value is, okay, and that's fine doing it that way. But notice that all I'm, you know, since I don't need to worry about recording sales, recording journal entries based upon this, I don't need to go and create this great big table. I mean, if that's easier for you to understand, then fine, go ahead and do that. But what I'm doing is if I understand that concept of what's on that table, then I don't have to really recreate the entire table. I can just work through the numbers here, knowing where I'm you know, coming and going with different things, right? Um, let me see if I just quickly re-explain this here by doing it this way, okay? And I'm going to use black here. So we started out with 17 units, okay? So that's 17 that's in our inventory. Then we added 11 more. I'm sorry, we took out 11 more, okay? So when we take out the 11 more, that means we no longer have 17. We only have 6, okay, of what was in the inventory. Then we added in 16 more, right? We added in 16 more. That means we have 22 now. We have 6 here and 16 here. So we have 22. Now we make a sale, all right? And we're making a sale of 10. So we have to take 10 out of here, which means we only have 12 left. But what are the 10 that we're taking? Well, and here's where the crux is going to come between the FIFO and LIFO. With first in, first out, we would end up we're going to, with first in, first out, we're going to take out these 6 first. And then out of the 16, we'll take out the remaining 4, which gave us 12, would mean we'd only have 12 left in the inventory. If we're using LIFO, when we come to this 10, we're going to take the 10 out of this 16. So we're going to still have 6 up here, and we're going to have 6, right here. All right, that's going to be what's in our inventory. That's the difference between the FIFO and LIFO. First in, first out is we're taking the first ones in out. If we're using LIFO, we're taking the last ones in, as the first out. Well, if I have this 10, which were the last ones in? Well, that's the 16. So I'm taking 10 of the 16 out. That's what we're doing for LIFO, okay? And then, of course, when we have an additional sale of 7, right? All we have remaining in our inventory is this 12, okay, for FIFO. So we take our 7 out of this 12, okay? But if we're using LIFO, well, we're going to have 6 remaining, and 6 here and 6 here. When we take out 7 here, we're going to get rid of the last ones in, which are the 6, and then we'd have to take out one more. We'd have to take out one more out of this, so we're going to end up with 5 from this very, very first value up here. Okay, now I realize that this looks all scribbly and everything, but it's, like I said, it's, go back and you can create the table itself and work through all of that. All right, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you understand that concept, notice that I'm, recreating this stuff as I go along. Okay, and I know where to pick and choose from, so I don't have to do all the extra work because I understand the concepts themselves. Right. So let me work through the LIFO aspect of this here. So we start out with 17 at 267, which gives me 45.39. And then we make a sale of 11 at 267 because we're taking out the 11 out of this, so that means we only have 6 left here. Okay, we're taking, so we have 6 left here, and since we're making that sale, that is 29.37. Then we're purchasing 16 at 271, which means we're adding in 43.36. Now we're going to sell 10 more, right? 10 at, and this is where the difference comes in. Okay, if I'm selling 10 and I'm using LIFO, I have to take out what was the last ones we had put in. Well, the last ones we put in were out of this 16 right here. Okay, these were the last ones in. So I have to take 10 out of those 16, which means I only have 6 left in those 16. All right, so when I take 10 at 16, I have 10 at 271 or 2710. Okay, that's what I'm taking out. Right? And then I'm going to also make an additional sale of 7. Oops, let me do that in green. I'm going to take an additional 7 out because I'm making a sale. Well, where are those 7 coming from? They're coming from the last ones in. Well, which ones are the last ones in? The last ones in are the 6 right here. So I have to get rid of those 6. So I have 6 at 271, and I need one more. So I have to come back up to which were the, what other ones were the last one? Well, that's this 6 here, which means I still have 5 left in. So I have 1 at 267, right? So 271 times 6 is 1621. 1626, I'm sorry, 1626 and 267. Okay. So now, to get my ending inventory value, I just add up everything in this column. All right. So I have 45.39 minus the 45.39 minus the 29.37 plus 4,336 minus 2,710 minus 1626 minus 267, and I end up with 1335, okay, as my LIFO, right? Now, it says here, which method results in the higher cost of ending inventory? You know, and of course, the answer to that question is the FIFO has the higher cost of ending inventory. Okay, and again, you know, just to make it real quick here, you know, think about what's happening. The difference is with FIFO, we were starting at the first ones in were the first ones I took out. Okay, so I started at the top here, right? I started up here and worked my way down. Whereas with LIFO, the last ones in were the first ones out. So I would always start at the bottom here, the ones closest to me, and I'd take out of inventory working in the opposite direction. Okay, but I have to keep track of exactly what's in my inventory as I'm going along, as they increase or decrease. Okay, and again, if you needed to create the entire table, you know, you could have done that, but you needed to create two different tables. Okay, um, and yeah, here I'm doing it twice. Okay, but I'm only dealing with the pertinent information. Okay, I didn't have to deal with, um, you know, the journal entries and things like that. I just needed to work with the numbers themselves. So that's it for this problem, and I will see you in the next problem um, in the next video. And again, if you didn't understand this, you know, feel free to contact an instructor. Okay.